friend who's a man. And I don't think it's possible unless to have a best friend who's a man unless he's also my lover. It hasn't been my experience unless he's gay to have that close a friend be a man. I want someone to like rent videos with and cuddle on the couch and do whatever I'd like to do with my girlfriends, but that added thing of a companion for a long time. That's what I want. I don't want to be alone in my old age.
How have you changed in what you seek in a man in the last 5 years?
Oh God. Well, I think that biologically things happen. I'm only 24 and I already can see. I mean, we're definitely different species, men and women, and I've changed a lot. I mean, I didn't have any plan. I mean, I wasn't thinking like long term. I was thinking fun and what it looked like, what I looked like on his arm. And now I'm thinking, how long is he going to stick around? Like, can I make this work? Can we grow together? Can I have a relationship with this person? And so I don't think I had thoughts like that. I wasn't clear enough with myself. I just was going 1 minute to the next, one guy to the next, see, you know, trying to click in. I was learning. I mean, I'm a little smarter now, so hopefully I want to just grow with somebody and be willing to stick in. I wasn't, when I was younger, I wasn't willing to stick through the hard stuff. Or they weren't willing. Either way, it wasn't a commitment of time or energy to the relationship. Have sex and just forget it very well. I don't think that any woman can. I think women that say they could do that are lying. I mean, I think that we're biologically inclined to, when we have a man, take a man into our body, there's something that clicks. I don't care who it is, there's something that clicks inside of you that goes, oh, father of my children. My body doesn't understand the idea of birth control. It understands that I'm supposed to reproduce. And so if I have sex with a man, that's what clicks on, whether you want it to or not. So people that run around and say that they can just do it and it's all for, I don't believe, I don't believe that's possible. It hasn't been possible for me. So monogamy has to be. I'm not interested in just playing around. I mean, it's fun, but then your heart gets broken.
Yeah, why is that? Because I'd be happy to play around with you.
Well, that's the difference between men and women, and all my guy friends say the same thing, that they'll just, it's fine, they're thinking sex, and that's fine, but I think it's women's obligation to set the boundaries there, because if it were up to the man, we'd be having sex all the time, and we would be totally out of control. We would be like reproducing, and that's one of our problems. I mean, women have to set the boundaries. It's okay. Men are inclined. They need to be planting their seeds. Women need to be raising, so they have to look for the father, the provider. It's in our nature, and men have to be wanting to plant their seeds, or we would cease to exist as human beings. I think it's fine. I don't, I'm past the stage that I go, men are dogs and they just want to do it. Whatever, that's fine. But I need to set the boundary and decide when we do it and see if he's going to stick around. Because, if he's going to stick around until we're ready, then that's cool. I mean, but I think it's up to women, because there would be no boundaries. I've never had a guy say, no, we're moving too quickly. I actually have, once. But you don't hear the guy go, we're moving too quickly, or we can't just have sex and be friends, or,
Your parents' marriage and how it affects your view of marriage.
Well, my parents split up when I was in second grade. And I think deep in my core, that proved to me that men leave and that I can't count on a man. I mean, it's probably discussed in like every women's therapy group and with every therapist in the city, but when the father leaves, deep in your core, you believe that men leave and that they're not going to be there for you. And so it's definitely had an effect. I don't get approached by men. I seriously do not get approached by men, because, and I have male friends, and people say this to me, because I act like I don't need a man, because I was raised that I didn't have a man, so I had to do it myself, and I don't need a man. So I don't mean to, but this is keeping me out of relationships, because I walk around like I don't need a man to help me, I don't need a man to fix me. And but deep in my core, I need a man. I mean, I want to have a man. I want to be touched and loved and have that with a man. But what I give off to the world is that I've been hurt and don't fuck with me. And and so it's definitely had an effect. I mean, that's our first little girls. That's their first heterosexual love affair, is their daddy. And if he leaves, it's going to have an effect on what they see men for the rest of their life. And I'm working to change that picture, you know.
You're very wise.
Thank you.
Let me just take in what you've been saying.
My whole struggle has always been that I could see that men would want me sexually, and the frustration was, if you didn't either fulfill them sexually what they wanted, or if you did and then they left, you go back to, well, every other part of me is not worthy except for the sexual part here. And like up until recently, my view was, okay, they don't see anything else. They don't respect me. They don't see my intelligence. They don't see anything except what they want from me sexually. If they get that, they leave, or if they're not gonna get it, they leave. And it gets to a part where it tests your own security with yourself, and you have to come to a place that you go, it's not about me. It's about their needs, what they want, and their needs trying to be met. And it's up to me to set what I'm willing to give.
What suggestions would you give men who would like to have sex more often with more women?
Oh, God. Do men really need that suggestion?
Yes, because all men want more than they're getting.
All men want more sex than they're getting.
And more partners. No, about
more
98%. Yeah, more partners.
Are we talking, so we're not talking regular sex with one person, we're talking sex with as many
Yeah, how to pick up women.
So
how to pick up women and get into bed.
Well, I mean, I think that the way that men do it right now is probably pretty effective, which is, I don't know the way men, which is, I don't know that the truth is going to be effective for what they want. Going, I want to have sex with you, I'm probably going to leave tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe a month too, but I'm going to leave because there's going to be somebody else and I need to have sex with somebody else. I don't know that would be very effective, but I don't know, there's a lot of women out there that are just willing to give it, I guess.
Where? Do you have phone numbers? Can you get them?
No, I don't. Well, none of my friends, but how do... God, I don't know. I mean, when you put it that way, I don't know who does. I don't know who does that. I mean, I know women do because men are getting it, and they're getting it for free, and whatever. Drugs, alcohol. I mean, well, I don't know. But that's how drugs, alcohol, vulnerable little girls. I mean, I don't particularly think that it's a good idea. I mean, maybe find women that are young, and that are still that aren't looking for a relationship. I don't know. And that's why